guys, it's me, Rebecca, with Bexa Boss Lady and Boss Lady Resale. I am here in my new eBay room in our new apartment. That's kind of why I've been MIA lately, because we have been in the process of moving and traveling for the holidays. So we're finally moved in. I have stuff everywhere, but I wanted to give you a little bit of a rundown of the pictures that I think are the most important to take on any listing. So I think that there's probably 8 pictures that you can always fill when you're taking photos of clothes to resell on eBay or Poshmark or whatever the case may be. So I'm just gonna grab something here. Let's see, where did that blazer go? I have oh, here it is. So I'm gonna use this J. Crew blazer as an example. And the first thing that you should always take a picture of is the label and the tag. So I like to take a close-up picture of the label, the size tag, and then this one just happens to have the fabric content on the size tag, which is not always the case. A lot of the times the fabric content is down here on the side of the clothing item, especially in like shirts and clothes and tops and stuff. So I like to take a picture of the label, the size tag, and then the fabric content, because I think that those are very important things. And all of these things that I'm telling you, I take pictures of them in every listing. It's part of my process, and it really helps prevent a lot of returns, because I do have you know, proof that I showed exactly what these items are. So if you're gonna photograph jeans, I like to do the size tag like on these. So this is the Citizens of Humanity, the size tag, and then this tag has the fabric content and the style number and the cut number on it. And then I also take photos of anything that has like a style or what type it is. So if it's like, this is a stretch low waist boot cut, because what I've had happen before is people are like, oh, these are not stretch, but I actually am copying it right from the pants. And I've won 2 cases, one on Poshmark, one on eBay, because it was literally on the tag here that of what it is and what the tag says. So that is something that, so sometimes it ends up being like 1 or 2 of your pictures, but I do think that those are almost the most important things. The second thing I do is if you have a jacket or anything that has like lining or an inside to it. So this jacket has this really nice lining. It's a J. Crew schoolboy jacket. Or, you know, this jacket does not have lining, so you can see, you know, this one is just a sweatshirt material. There's no lining there. So that way people know, and I do put in the description also like lined or not lined when it comes to things like that. Then I usually do a full front shot, full frontal here. So I take a photo, I put it on my mannequin, and I do a full front photo. The one thing that I'll mention is I usually do photos, if you have anything that has buttons or zippers or hooks, anything that could be seen as like a flaw or broken, especially zippers and missing buttons, I do take pictures of the item with the buttoned all the way up or zipped all the way up and then open front, so you can see that that zipper is working at the time of the photos and at the time of the listing. So, you know, if you have a shirt, like for instance, the worst are button-down shirts, to button all of those buttons. But I will tell you that it's much easier to dispute a buyer if they say, hey, this was missing buttons, and you're like, no, it wasn't. Here's my photographic proof that when I sold it, it had all of the buttons. So I do make sure that I take a picture of anything on the front, so the full front, all buttoned or all zipped. And then if there's any buttons, like these have buttons on the wrists. So these I make sure, so I usually take a picture of this, and then the front, okay? And then I do the side. So I do like a side angle view so you can see if there's anything like asymmetrical about the bottom or the hem. People can see the sleeves, the shoulders to the side, and then a full back photo, right? And then like on this one, this will get the photo of the vent in the back of the jacket. And the same thing for jeans. I like to do, you know, a full front of the jeans, a close-up of the waist and the front here, and then I flip them over. I do the same thing, close-up of the butt, any detailing that has here. And on skirts, I always unbutton and unzip and pull them apart and then close them back up so people can see that those are working as well. I guess I haven't really done it with jeans. Maybe I should start, right? I don't know. But I do it on all of the other jeans, or on all the other items. And then I also, anything that there is like detailed, or for instance, you know, on this little jacket, it has a fleece neck, right? So any bonus features or things that are special about it, you really want to make sure you're taking a photo of that. This dress has a really pretty crystallized button on the back of the neck, and this vintage Wilson's windbreaker has some really nice metallic gold threading through there. So anything that's like detail oriented, I try to get a close-up of that. Like I would do a close-up of these jeans pockets because, you know, they are embroidered here and they have this design. And then you want to take a picture of any flaws. So some people take photos and they put, you know, their fit. I usually point to it so you can see what the flaw is. You can put like a coin by it to see the size of it, how big it is. Some people I've seen put those little arrow post-its on there so you can show it. People do buy stuff with flaws, so just because it has some issues with it, they will still buy it. But you want to make sure that you're disclosing that not only in the photos, but in the description, and that will truly cover you most of the time. Okay, now I know I'm going to get comments on this video, and people are going to be like, oh, scammy scammerson, you know, eBay, blah, 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 Poshmark, prove this case. Okay, people, there are scammers in every business, in every industry, everywhere, okay? It is not new for this business. It is not just because of you, but there are things that you can do to reduce it and protect yourself. And in my opinion, it's taking quality photos that show everything you can about the item, including any flaws or issues with it. And that way you have, you know, proof that that is the item. So yes, there are situations where, you know, buyers suck and they, you know, return stuff or send the wrong thing back, or they damage it and then say it was sent to them like that. That's going to happen anywhere. It's honestly the cost of doing business. And so you have to be able to do things to protect yourself, which is why I think photos are so important. Plus people get a good idea of, you know, like what they are buying. You know, people want to see what they're buying. And I think that by being able to show clear and concise photos of like details and flaws and these kind of things on your items, it really not only sets you up for protection if you have a return or a bad buyer, but it also helps increase your sales because people want to buy. They want to buy what they see online. So if you have a really great clear picture, you know, you're storing your stuff securely like I do in these bags. You can see like this. And if you have any questions about any of the stuff that I have, these lights, whatever, I have a reselling toolkit. The link is in the description. You are more than welcome to go and peruse all of the things that I use. Every single one of those things I use on my blog, bexabosslady.com/ I think it's reseller-toolkit, or like I said, the link is in my description, but all of those things are things that I buy, my mannequin, the shipping packages and everything. And I just use my iPhone. I did upgrade to an iPhone 8, but I was taking pictures with my iPhone 6 for a really long time. I also have a DSLR camera that I use sometimes when the lighting is not good in here because, well, I don't necessarily have to now with my new iPhone camera, but in the past with the DSLR camera, I would use that in the lower light. So anyway, you want to make sure, so to summarize, right? You're going to take pictures of the size tag, the fabric content, anything special about the item, whether it's a bonus feature, embroidery, you know, what it differentiates it from other ones, what are the great features about it, is it lined, is it unlined, is it a fleece, you know, is it hemmed? Jeans especially, I try to take pictures of the bottom to show whether they've been hemmed or not. And sometimes I don't, sometimes the hem job is so good, I'm so immature, but it's so good that you don't even know that they've been hemmed. So that is something to always consider and take pictures of. But you know, I think that by taking pictures of the full front, the full back, close-ups of, you know, specific areas, showing that the buttons work, the zippers work, you know, the Velcro's there, whatever the case may be, you want to make sure, think about it this way. When I take pictures of something, I try to say to myself in my head, what would I want to see if I were buying this item from someone else? So obviously I would want to know what size it is, I would want to know the measurements, if there's any flaws, those kind of things. So, you know, you're going to take pictures of the size tag, the fabric content, the label, any other tags in there that are important, the full front, the full back, close up of whatever on the front and the back, any buttons or closures, zippers, those kind of things, down and up, and any flaws. That is the most important, I think. Any flaws that you have, no matter what, take a picture of those. If you have something with a lot of items on the phone, you can do like a collage app. Some of them are free, and I will just put like those different apps there so you can, or the different photos in the collage, so you can see that there's multiple issues. So I've done that sometimes with like things that have moth balls or moths have been eaten, you know, that kind of stuff, or little holes or stains or things like that. So hopefully these tips help you, and next time moving forward you can get into a groove. I will say that now when I take pictures, I know exactly the order that I take them, and I can fly through photos much faster now than I used to when I first started scaling my business exactly a year ago this time. So hopefully this helps you. I have lots of other videos, check them out. Don't forget to subscribe. You can head over to my blog at bexabosslady.com and find my reseller toolkit. I also have the link to it in my description. Stay tuned because I filmed a few more videos today. They're gonna come soon, and I'll see you next time. Bye.